1. And hello everybody, and welcome to the Slam Jam Wrestling Show here on the Extreme Improv Xstreamed YouTube channel. This is the Wrestlemania special, and this is the most stupendous edition of the Slam Jam Wrestling Show of all time. So get ready to be slamming and jamming, because today we're going to be breaking down all of the shows that are coming up over the next few days, and we're going to be giving some bold predictions, some wild guesses. We're going to be figuring out who's going to win, who's going to lose, who's going to be showing honour, who's going to be stupendous, who's going to be stupid. And with that, let's meet tonight's performers here on the show. Our cast, our expert panel, our superstars, starting with Sid. Say hello to the people.
Hello, everyone.
There we go. Also on the show tonight we have Gav. Say hello to the people.
Hi people, how you guys doing out there? Cannot hear you. You need to be louder.
Exactly, you need to be much, much louder. And speaking of people that need to be just a tad quieter, Corey, say hello to the people.
Welcome to Boogeyman Country Boys. It's WrestleMania weekend. And wait, Dave, are we still doing the facts, wrestling facts?
We can do. We're a little bit limited on time, but hit us with a fact.
Okay, can any of you guys tell me? I learned this myself. I know it offhand. How long did it take for King Kong Bundy to beat SG Jones at the inaugural WrestleMania?
Hang on, I'm just working it out.
Wait, David, can you pass me that book?
Oh yeah, there you go.
Oh, thank you. All the way to Canada.
Oh, hang on, can I just borrow that a second, Corey?
Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah.
Okay, cool. There we go. I've been waiting for a while to do that. Right, so what was the question? Special Delivery Jones did what?
How long did King Kong Bundy take to beat Special Delivery Jones in the first WrestleMania? Yeah. Gav?
9 seconds.
9 seconds, baby.
Wow, that is awesome stuff. Oh, you definitely get a bonus
I don't know how
point.
I remember that, but...
Well, speaking of which, let's see if you know this. Gangrel faced X-Pac at the 1999 Royal Rumble. What group was Gangrel a part of? Oh, the easiest question in the world. Was it A, D-Generation X, B, The Brood, C, The Ministry, or D, The Nation?
The Brood.
Do you know what? I've lost the page, so we'll never know the answer. Right. So with this, there is so much stuff. First of all, what we'll go around. What are people excited for most over the coming days of wrestling? Gav.
Shane McMahon.
Shane McMahon is definitely Here comes the money. Right. Do you know what? I think it wouldn't surprise me if we get a swerve on that. I don't think it's just going to be Cody. It's going to be a swerve.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Shane on Saturday, and then maybe Sunday Cody.
That song even going, and then here comes the money.
Yeah.
And the whole temperature just drops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the booze will be legendary.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, Sid, what are you most looking forward to over the coming days of wrestling?
So 3 things. One is Ring of Honor, the entire supercard. It'll be my first Ring of Honor show. I think I'll watch live. I haven't seen one live before. Second one would be Styles versus Edge, because that's the only feud I'm invested in WrestleMania. I can't care about anything else. I just can't. And other one would be Cross versus Minoru Suzuki. That's also this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. NJPW's show.
Wow. Okay.
Stacked weekend.
Corey?
Well, you gotta show some love to Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn. It's gonna be in Zayn, boys. I tell you. And also, I think Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory is gonna be stupid fun, because honestly he's one of the best commentators I've had in a while. And it's fun that he put the work in to actually perform in the ring. So, and also on Saturday I'm planning a nice charcuterie board for me and some of the boys that are coming over. So I'm looking most forward to that. I think
you're having a what board?
Charcuterie, so meats and cheeses.
Okay, sounds cool. Well, I'm gonna be honest. The match I don't actually remember any of the matches that are happening. Let me just see what's happening. Right. Yeah. The match I'm looking forward to most. Oh yeah, it's definitely Omos against Bobby Lashley. Shock return. You know, Lashley. He's not getting a WrestleMania main event. He's not the world champion anymore. But he has Omos as But like, if he can knock this man off his feet, then anything can happen.
He already did that.
No, I know. That's what I mean.
Yeah, on Monday.
Yeah. No, I know that. That's why I've been, if he can knock him off his feet, then anything can happen.
Yeah. It's
So
almost
anything can
exciting.
happen. So anything
Almost
will happen.
exciting.
Okay, anything, my god, this is turning into all about like the grammar and punctuation and shit. Right, okay, so let's quickly, we're going to go over all of the matches for WrestleMania. We'll also try to take a look at some of the, what else do we have coming up? Like, we have some Control Your Narrative, we have some Impact Wrestling, we've got lots of shows coming
Impact
up.
has an event today as well.
Sorry, who has?
Impact has an event today as well. I think multiverse of matches or something.
Yeah, the multiverse of madness, of course. Right.
They had a kick-ass main event this week. So I think Motor City Machine Guns versus Bullet Club was a really good match. I heard.
Oh, okay. Well, look, with this though, obviously, just because WrestleMania is obviously the granddaddy of them all, we're going to just give some thoughts, we'll give some predictions if we've got them. We don't all have to give a prediction if we don't have something specifically for it. But, so according to Wikipedia, this is the rundown of the matches for each night. I don't know if they're going to be in this order, because how would they know? But according to this, the opening match, I'm sure it won't be, is Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belaire for the Raw Women's Championship. Who do we see leaving as the champion? What do we see happening with this?
Oh man.
Got to be a Bianca, really, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's Bianca. It would be like a good bookend, especially considering last year she took Sasha for the SmackDown title. This year she'll take Becky.
But Becky's got new hair now, so... Oh, speaking of new hair...
She's got pattern,
Speaking of new hair, TJ, how you doing?
Hey, sorry for being late. I kind of locked myself in the washroom. And hence I
What?
Not the basement?
Out of the basement.
Hang on.
oh yeah, right. It's in my mom's.
How did you
basement.
lock yourself in the washroom?
Man, like,
Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, the door wasn't opening, and you have this thing where there's a key, and it kind of came out, and I was like, how do I open
you have
it?
keys there now.
Oh.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
amazing.
German
That is
washroom.
advanced. Amazing. So, yeah, do you know, okay, I'm going to tell this quick side note, fun story. I once locked myself, couldn't get out of like a toilet cubicle just before an exam when I was at college. And I was like, this is the worst time ever. It's embarrassing, plus I'm just going to not turn up for the exam. And I managed to force it open. But yeah, it can happen to the best of us.
yeah.
I did actually, yeah, I did. So that's all that mattered. It probably had me so hyped up that I, probably did better. We were just saying, TJ, just to catch you up here. First of all, what is it that you're most looking forward to over the coming days of professional wrestling?
Adrenaline in my soul. Will WrestleMania have Cody Rhodes?
Time will tell. TL Hopper, according to Corey.
I was hoping that he saved you, TJ, from your washroom.
Yeah.
The one
I was also.
plumbing gimmick wrestler.
Yeah, I see what you did there. So, yeah, we're talking Bianca and Becky. Now, personally, I think Becky's going to win. I think Becky is going to win. Like, after they did the hair cutting thing, I was like, Becky main evented the first WrestleMania that was main evented by women, and she won it. She's not getting the main event match this time. They've just cut her hair, and it's like, if she doesn't win, then what? And
I think there'll be some heel tactics, sure.
I think it makes more sense logically for Bianca to win, but when does WWE always do things based on logic? Anyone else with thoughts on Bianca and Becky?
I mean, Becky is probably gonna win, and then they're gonna do a hair versus hair match in the next pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Or premium live event.
I think that should have been done for this one.
That's exactly what I was thinking, Gab. Yeah. Before she cut the hair, they should have broke it up.
But
Brutus the Barber Beefcake should have been the special guest referee. It would have been great.
Do you know what?
Well,
Like, No, go
Although
ahead.
even if she loses the title. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Although even if she loses the title, at least she's now the lead singer of Paramore, so she'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm sure lots of people have like drawn this comparison already, and you know I haven't just caught up in the week, but like doing this hair angle like a day after the Oscars, like was this a missed opportunity not to lean in it further, or should have they lent away from it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
I mean,
like
yeah, the Acclaimed went in on them. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was good.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
yeah. Okay, just very quickly on that, just because like everyone else in the world has spoke about it. Do we? Chris Rock, Will Smith, work or shoot? What do we think?
Very much a work.
Work.
I think there's too many things that make me think it's work. You know.
Do you know what? Like, if you've been trained to take a hit and to deliver one, you see the sign straight away.
Yeah,
Plant the feet,
like it was.
the arms are behind the back, embraced it, went with it.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a work or a shoot. I'm just gonna say one thing about that incident. For the last couple of days, I've been seeing a lot of people debate about who's right, who's wrong, whether it's scripted, whether it's not, and they make fun of us for being wrestling fans.
Exactly.
If you're gonna do that, at least use the correct terms.
Yeah.
Wait, what have they said?
I've seen a lot of point of views. At this point, I just scroll past them, but. If you're gonna do it, if you're gonna have those discussions, use the correct terms.
Yeah, call it a work or a shoot. And they're calling it, is it real or are they pretending?
Yeah.
And the other thing is, I want to find out where's all the wrestling is fake people gone.
True point. Okay.
Control your narrative, Gav.
Yeah.
Control your
There you go.
narrative.
Yeah,
Control it.
absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
But isn't it just unbelievable that has completely dominated the world of sports entertainment in the week leading up to WrestleMania?
It's taking over everything.
It's taken over everything. Okay, so let's see if we can bring it back to WWE, because next up we have the Mysterios, Ray and Dominic, against The Miz and Logan Paul.
Who's that? Jumping out the sky?
What do we
Okay,
think is going to happen here? Anything in particular?
Okay. I think the main angle is going to be that Dom and Ray hit Logan with a double 619, because that's the move he's been avoiding this whole time.
Yeah,
I think
good point.
Logan's going to turn against The Miz, and then Ray, Dominic embrace him. You have the three of them raising their hands.
Yeah. Did people see that they just shown off that, like, literally weeks, so this has to be somewhat of a coincidence, weeks after they showed off the Mr. Brody Lee and -1 action figure, they're actually doing a retro Dominic, where he's a child Dominic action figure with Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I've been waiting for one of them to turn heel on the other for a while now. And I'm just like, if they're about to do the action figure of Dominic as a kid, they can't really turn.
Has Mysterio ever been a heel?
Yeah, I get it's kind of technically, like because wasn't he one of in WCW, one of the what were they called?
LWO?
No, not LWO. There was something after that. Was he in Misfits in Action or something like this, or some terrible group that they had? I can't remember. I don't know. It's a good point.
So he always
He was a heel in the 2014 Royal Rumble.
He was when he turned up. Everyone was like, "This isn't right. This isn't right." Okay. Anything else on that one? Let's move on. Drew versus Happy Corbin, aka the Piss Break.
I feel so bad for Drew. Genuinely.
Yeah.
I feel so terrible.
It'll be funny if Happy Corbin wins this one.
He will.
Oh, sweet
He
Jesus.
might.
Well, there isn't
Happy
really
actually
anything
might.
to gain by Drew winning it, so you may as well let Corbin win.
That's true. Drew can actually afford to take a loss. It won't really hurt him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless Kurt Angle comes back and gives
Vengeance!
him an angle slam.
Olympic vengeance.
That'd be cool. That would be cool. No, no logic to it, but why not? Let's just do something, spice it up.
I know he's in Dallas, so yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so moving on, we have the Usos against Shinsuke and Rick Boogs.
Oh boy.
How about throwing this match just for the hell of it? Yeah, Usos easily.
Yeah,
Usos.
easily.
They've been pushing Boogs and Nakamura.
Yeah.
At least their entrance. They've been pushing their entrance pretty hard.
And that
They've protected Boogs also quite a bit.
Yeah.
I just don't think that the Usos can lose before we get to Roman the next night.
Yeah.
Unless it's like they're like the cracks in the foundation
Yeah.
of the island of relevancy.
Yeah, it could be. But
And
I
then,
mean, they could. I mean,
what do you mean?
yeah. I mean, they could have the Usos lose so that people are more. They're not sure if Roman is going over or not. It could make. I mean, Usos could just win the titles back next week, but they could have them lose here, so people are more concerned if people are more like they don't know if Roman wins or not. Otherwise, it becomes kind of very predictable that the Bloodline's going to have all the titles.
Yeah.
WrestleMania is normally a predictable pay-per-view anyway.
Yeah.
Except for when it isn't.
yeah.
Except for when they actually surprise us. But yeah, I do agree. For the most part, like they mostly kind of give us what the people want, but sometimes they really don't.
Yeah.
Like-
I mean.
Yeah. So the best friends are going to be on the show to do a three-way hug because you got to give the people what they want.
Plus, remember when they gave us that little kid teaming up with Braun Strowman? That's totally what we wanted.
Yeah.
I wanted that.
Okay, I may have just made the stupidest comment ever. Like, they give us what we want? No, they don't. Like, so often, every year, obviously, something we can touch on in a moment, like, is the news of Triple H retiring, obviously for health reasons. But just before we get onto that, I don't mean to rip into Triple H with this comment, but like every year it was just like, oh, Triple H is going to be in the main event. That wasn't always what we wanted, but you know that's different, obviously. Issue there. So moving on, we have the New Day. Xavier Woods, apparently not a king anymore, and Kofi against Sheamus and Ridge. With Butch. Let's not forget that.
Butch.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It's all about the Butch.
Yeah. Do we have any particular comments on this?
I mean, I hope the New Day wins, just because of everything that's happened with them and Big E, right? Like, but they won't.
Yeah.
McMahon's booking the show. He's gonna give it to these.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got a strange prediction for that match that they're going to, in some way, reference that injury or something. They're going to do something which is going to, like, reference someone else getting, like, injured or hurt, just to leave one of the New Day isolated. So I can imagine that, like, oh, something will happen and Xavier gets knocked down, and then they're examining him and they're worried. That's just a left field prediction I've got, that they're going to do something to reference that. Okay, moving on. Unless anyone else got any other comments on the New Day versus Sheamus and Ridge.
Please don't let anyone die.
Well, no, okay. I don't. No one's going to. But then we get probably the biggest talking point of the entire WrestleMania: Seth frickin' Rollins versus a mystery opponent.
Here comes the money.
I will die laughing if that happens. If it's anyone but Cody, I will die laughing. In fact, at this point, I would legit want it to be anyone but Cody, just so that I can laugh at it.
You know Bray Wyatt is over there right now.
Yeah, he's in Dallas.
Oh. That would
What
be.
if it's
I don't want that
What
way.
if it's weird?
No chance.
Yeah.
I don't want it to happen, but
But, you know, like, jokes aside, something that can happen is they can have Gable Stevenson debut. I mean, they have big plans for him.
Yeah.
He did, I think, in some interview say he was gonna be at WrestleMania.
Twitter. Yeah, and then he deleted it.
Yeah. Have Gable Stevenson debut. I mean, if he beats Seth on his first match, at least in kayfabe, it makes him look like a really huge team. So,
and
Yeah.
please not let it be Veer.
Oh, don't bury Veer like that.
Do you know what?
Come on,
But
dude.
it's lined up so perfectly. They announced that he's going to debut the next night to try to draw focus away from it. They have Seth share a gif of Veer to make people think, oh well, they're trying to double bluff us, and then it might be Veer.
I veer not, man.
No. Like I hope, you know, my biggest hope is actually there is an even bigger surprise. Like, imagine if there was someone else like that we think is, who was that? Goldberg, yeah. No, but imagine if there was someone else that's like no longer like in AEW that we didn't even realise, and suddenly stunt. I was going to say that as well, right? But yeah, like
Ric
just
Flair.
like some other surprise, like someone else that completely surprised us.
But there is one thing that can happen. Logically, it kind of makes sense. So, you know, WrestleMania is in Texas, and we're already getting that. But other than that, Taker is going in the Hall of Fame. Taker's last match was not in front of a crowd. What if it's just Taker coming out, giving Seth Tombstone, and then like no bumps, just squashing Seth. Seth loses nothing. Taker gets to retire in front of his home crowd.
Well, do you know what? Like, I kind of like agree. I don't think they'll do that. But when he retired, and it's like your last match was in front of no one. I felt like that seems so not fitting, and I just can't imagine that with this being in Texas, that they wouldn't have like advertised it, you know, because they could have just said they could have had anyone just challenge the Undertaker, say like literally like you're not done until you do it in front of the people or something like this, and they could have just had anyone who he just squashes. I mean, he squashed John Cena a few years ago.
The only thing with that is if it goes south, then Taker's going to want to do it again.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's going to be Hogan, David. It's going to be Hogan.
Well, it could be. Do you know what? Like, just with your actual hair sticking out the top, you've kind of got like a weird, like Matt Cardona thing going on. I don't know. Right. Anyway, moving on. We then have Charlotte and Ronda.
I don't care.
Before we move on, there is one thing we need to talk about the Seth versus TBA. So, I mean, the highest chances are for it to be Cody. However, tonight we have Supercard of Honor, and Tony Khan did tell us to wait till the end, that he has something planned up.
Fuck that guy.
And of course, he'll probably say that he has another announcement on Dynamite, but what if Cody shows up on Supercard of Honor? How does that make people think of, like, I mean, there's a very slight chance of this happening, but what if that happens?
What if Beer shows up on Supercard of Honor?
Yeah.
That'd be the biggest swerve of the...
I don't know. Okay, we'll get Supercard of Honor, like, soon enough. Like, but... Like... is there going to be, like, a surprise person turn up? Is that what we're saying?
Tony did.
Who
He
else
didn't
could
say
it be?
surprise.
We gotta run in. We gotta run in, David.
We've got to run in.
I'm Seth Rollins' opponent at WrestleMania.
Oh, no way!
Hello.
I haven't seen you in a long time.
A heel.
Hello, I'm Donald.
Yeah.
He's calling in from your basement.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your mom's basement.
Andrew, just very quickly to catch up. We're gonna go over every match again, guys. No, but Andrew, we've been saying some WrestleMania predictions, not just of like who we think is going to win, but also if we think anything in particular is going to happen. But what are you looking forward to most that's coming up over the next few days of wrestling?
I mean, there's matches that I'm looking forward to, right? Yeah, I don't think the build-up's been great.
Well, Happy Corbin, you say? Love it.
No, fuck off. Or Drew McIntyre. Edge versus AJ Styles, for example. I'm looking forward to the match, but I haven't been a fan of Eddie's heel turn.
There's no build.
It's like, what are you doing?
That Papa Smurf isn't coming off real well.
Right, so with it, well, last thought for like Seth's opponent, we all like everyone's been sharing it on the internet for like the last couple of weeks. A few years ago at WrestleMania, I think it was Mean Gene that said that by the time the Iron Sheik gets to the ring, it will be WrestleMania 38. My God, the Iron Sheik's music starts, the house just explodes. It's all about the Sheik, baby. That's all I'm saying.
If the opponent is not the Iron Sheik and Shane McMahon, again, this is not coming from me. I saw this in some Cultaholic video where I think it was their pitches video where I think it was Ross who said, what if they do something like this where it says Seth's waiting for the opponent and someone like the announcement says wrestling just has one royal family, and which is like countering Cody's wrestling has more than one royal family, and then like adrenaline in my soul, and then something with money, and then Shane McMahon comes out, and then we get Shane versus
the Swerve,
or Booker T,
or David Pistan.
Love it. That is so freaky. Right. Oh my God. So, you've never looked hotter, my friend. Never looked hotter.
Your face is melting onto mine.
Yeah, what the hell is up with that? Right, so let's move on. We gathered that no one cared about Charlotte and Ronda, but did anyone have a prediction of who's going over there? I'm going to actually say I think Charlotte's going to keep it. I think this Ronda take two has been a bit of a disaster. And they're just going to wrap it up quick. This is Batista coming back in his Blue Tista phase.
Blue Tista, yeah.
And it was just like, they got a month out of WrestleMania and he was like, screw this shit, and he was gone. And I think Ronda came back and she was like, screw this. I don't want to be here. No one wants me to be here.
He's on the UK tour.
Who, so, Ronda?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She's bringing the belt.
Ooh, yeah.
Well,
if she's staying with the company, she's getting the belt for sure.
I think she should be a heel. But face doesn't work for her.
Ronda doesn't think she should be a heel. She thinks the fans should love her.
Oh, she should be.
Yeah, that's exactly how.
Well, look, she was.
You should love me.
Yeah, she was in the Expendables too. That she should be a face. Right. So let's have a quick look here. So WrestleMania Sunday. We start off again. This isn't necessarily in the correct order. Go on, Gav.
No, that's probably Sunday then. Yeah. Stone Cold and
no, that's
Saturday.
Closing night one.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah. Do you know what? It's not because it's not a match. It's not a match. So yeah. Okay. So what do we think is going to happen? Stone Cold and Kevin Owens. Stunner, and that's it.
I don't know. He's been training. It seems like there might be more to it.
Yeah, probably stomped. That's about it.
I think...
And a Luthez press. Come on.
Yeah, Luthez press. Well. I think we're going to get a referee down for it.
Yeah.
And...
24/7.
24/7 champion.
You 24/7 champion.
Do you know what? Wouldn't it be great if they kind of swerve Steve Austin? Where they pre-film something where, like, just before the match, Austin's in the back psyching himself up, and they show something where Owens wins the 24/7 championship, and they don't tell Austin. And so then it's like they're giving him this belt, and it's just like, well, I've got to wrestle again because this can't be the end for me.
There you go.
No, I think there is going to be a surprise there. I think The Rock is going to be the referee of that match. That is my bold prediction for this. I think The Rock is going to be there. He is going to referee that match. The Rock will then be there for Sunday, and we're going to get something to set up versus Roman the next year.
That's what I was going to say. You kind of spoiled that for me.
Man.
Rock's going to be there for the Roman Rock. But, could be. You never know.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a match. Like, it would just be weird ending Mania with just a segment. I mean, it should be a match.
I don't know if I want it.
It's the main event, though, so it's got to be something.
The main event.
I don't know if I want it.
Look.
Like the match. Like,
the time for talking is over, Gav. It's time for the main event.
I mean, I honestly don't think Steve Austin would even do it if he didn't feel he could do something with Owens.
Exactly, yeah.
Of all the people to come back and do something with Owens, does kind of make sense.
Yeah, it was a weird build, like not really any build.
Yeah, Kevin Owens
forcing it so hard.
It's just Kevin Owens all of a sudden hates Texas. Where did that come from?
And doesn't like beer.
This has to be like, well, exactly. That's on the similar level to a few years ago when there was like a shampoo commercial or something that.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just like, why?
Yeah.
That's the build. So suddenly he doesn't like Texas. But with this, so night 2, Queen Selena and Carmella versus Sasha and Naomi versus Rhea and Liv versus Natalya and Shayna Baszler.
How far the great have fallen, am I right?
Yeah.
It's going to be one of those matches where all those people, everyone's going to try and get their shit in. It's just going to be.
Do you think they're going to poop in the ring? They're going to poop in the ring.
Say it might be a toilet break, but
Yeah.
that's the beginning of the match.
Okay, I'm going to give the bold prediction on this that match is less than 7 minutes long.
Really, as long as they get.
Really
as long as they get.
No one saw that coming.
Yeah, I think it'll be 3 minutes. That's it.
3
I'll
minutes.
give it a 3-minute warning.
As long as they get the belts off.
Haven't they already done like 5 different versions of this match in the last 4 weeks?
Yeah, I think, it'll be Sasha and Naomi. That's it.
I don't know or even want
I don't
that.
know, if Sasha doesn't win the tag team championship match at WrestleMania, she's going to sit down, she's going to throw a hissy fit. That's such a
Also,
weird
what
story.
else is she doing? Yeah. She's not the boss anymore, I'll tell you that.
I mean, Sasha has never won on at WrestleMania. This would be her first. So that is the reason I don't want her to win. I mean, they could do a story in the future where she might face a heel opponent who's like, you never get the job done at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
It would, if this is her first WrestleMania victory in a filler tag team match for titles they don't even care, that would suck.
Okay, are you saying there's long-time booking in this company? Come on.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Come on.
I mean, the other thing about the tag team matches, it almost feels like they suddenly remembered, hang on, we don't have a women's tag team division anymore. So they're just throwing a bunch of people together.
Well, exactly. I was just looking at this and I was like, none of these really are teams.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan, they both wear black. So.
Yeah.
They're goth people, I guess.
It's a better pairing than her and Nikki Ars.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, moving on, just because time's going to start to get away from us. Johnny Knoxville against Sami Zayn. I think this match is going to surprise people. I think Sami Zayn's going to actually make it a spectacle.
It's going to be great, yeah. I think, Johnny Knoxville's going to win, obviously.
Well, it's just like,
I think we're going to see a lot of cameos in that match.
Jackassery.
Yeah. I think you're on to something there.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
well, it's just fine because I would have rather, because like Finn Balor and Daniel Priest were on like SmackDown WrestleMania, rather than, I thought they were building up to Daniel Priest versus Demon Finn Balor at WrestleMania. So okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, but they didn't.
Both secondary titles don't mean anything, do they? The IC title and the US not even defended.
Yeah. Crazy times. Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory.
They had time for these matches, but they did not have a spot for the IC title and the US title.
Do you know what I think it is I think they looked at this stupendous WrestleMania and they were like, this is shit. There is nothing. What can we do that makes it feel like an event? And it's like, well, we got Johnny Knoxville turning up at the Rumble. Like, will you stay on a few extra weeks? And they looked around, they're like, well, Pat McAfee sat in commentary. He wrestled, he wrestled. They don't want his, and also, they don't want his only footage to be with Adam Cole.
Ah, of course.
See what I mean?
Yes, that.
Of course.
Yeah.
So, Pat McAfee and Austin Theory. Do we think there's going to be any shenanigans in that? Is Vince going to turn up?
I don't know. Maybe Austin Theory brings the egg and smashes it on Pat McAfee's head.
Then he's got egg in his face, then he'll have egg.
Yeah. Okay, who do we think is going over? Pat McAfee?
Yeah, it's got to be.
Yeah.
I'll tell you who's losing the fans.
Who's losing the fans? Yeah.
actually, I'm going to go with Austin Theory because Pat McAfee winning. I don't know. how that benefits anything.
I don't know how Austin Theory winning benefits anything, to be honest.
He's the worst.
Yeah. Okay, so next up we've got not rated, what am I saying? We've got RK Bro versus Street Profits versus Alpha Academy. Shorty G
Edge
and...
teamed up with RK Bro. It'd be rated RK Bro.
Well, yeah, that's what I meant, yeah. Right, okay, so who do we think's coming out on top here?
Okay, bold prediction here. Okay, Alpha Academy's going to go over because Taki comes back and helps them out, baby.
And then RK Bro break up.
Thank you.
Thank
They lose
you.
and Orton RKO's Riddle at Mania.
Shush.
For once, I would like to see somebody turn on Orton instead.
Yeah,
Especially with the.
Someone's turned on Orton.
That
Triple H turned on Orton with the whole thumbs up, thumbs down thing.
Yeah, but he was a face then, so that doesn't count.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Well, now Orton is just.
Wait, whoever turns on a heel? Well, I guess it's like a heel could turn on another heel. I don't know. Making someone a face.
No, I like the idea.
Matt Hardy and Andrade, right? Yeah.
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 It would be. Because everyone would expect Orton to turn on Riddle. Because it's Randy Orton. So if they did the other way around, that might actually be.
What is Matt Riddle as a heel?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I'll buy it.
He's so goofy, I just can't seem to hate Matt Riddle. Like,
There's reasons. There are reasons to hate
Yeah,
him.
reasons.
Yeah. It's like it's quite easy to hate Matt Riddle. Like, to be honest.
Ask Goldberg.
Yeah. Okay, so moving on from that, I think the Street Profits going to come out with the titles there.
I was going to say, isn't this historic for Randy, isn't it? Is he the only one that's...
Yeah. As he's gone in with, I think, every belt in WrestleMania.
That's amazing. His run as the women's tag team champion was the best, though. Right.
when was he SmackDown Tag Team Champion at WrestleMania?
No, I think they mean tag belts and stuff.
Yeah, so they're counting tags. Yeah. When was he 24/7 champion going
When
into
was he
WrestleMania?
24/7 champion?
When he was the European champion going into WrestleMania.
Was that even a thing when he was around?
No.
I think they just phased it out when he.
Oh,
started
actually, it
wrestling.
might have been. Like, so.
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
it may have just
Chris
about
White-
existed.
Yeah, because RVD,
Yeah.
Yeah, he unified the.
Yeah. Okay, next up we have perhaps the greatest match in wrestling history. Sorry, that was a different one. But we have Edge and AJ Styles.
Oh man.
How long do we think this match is going to last? 25 minutes?
Yeah.
I.
They've got to
rest
give
holds?
this time. Give it time to breathe.
Many rest holds. Yeah.
I'm gonna say this match is not gonna last for more than 13 minutes. 12 to 13.
12 to 13.
But it's
Okay.
going to be a good 13 minutes.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good 12 to 13 minutes, but because they will not want this match to overshadow Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar.
Right.
No way will any match be able to follow this, and they're just gonna tell them to maybe dump down.
Hey, wait till you hear what the next match is. It's pretty big.
Okay, but very quickly, who do we think's going over, Edge or Styles? My thoughts on it, particularly, is Edge main evented WrestleMania last year and lost. And he's like, what has he come back for? He's just going to keep losing.
Exactly. I think it's going to be Edge. New attitude.
Yeah, he's been new music, new.
Yeah.
I love the new music.
I mean, I can even see the finish. Phenomenal forearm into a spear.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Isn't that how he injured Styles in the first place? Back in Rumble?
You are implying
Very
WWE
fair.
actually cares about its talent.
That is also fair.
Yeah.
Or about continuity.
Or that.
Yeah. Okay, that brings us on to the almighty Bobby Lashley and Omos.
Almost.
Almost.
See, the thing about this that's a shame, the thing that's, I don't know if they were aware how long Lashley would be out. And when it was probably apparent that actually he's going to be okay for WrestleMania, I can imagine Vince looked at him and was just like, well, we had Hogan and Andre. This is WrestleMania. We're going to have this face-to-face moment. That's what this match is going to be.
That's some good shit. David.
That-
That's some
yeah.
good shit.
Such good shit. You know,
They're so big, David.
so big.
However, I have a bold prediction for this match. If Gable Stevenson doesn't show up in the set match, Omos destroys Bobby Lashley, and then he keeps up beating Lashley, and then Gable Stevenson's music hits, because they did have that exchange before. So Gable Stevenson kind of helps Bobby Lashley, and he, I don't know, maybe slams Omos or something.
Yeah. Any other particular thoughts on this?
A bit quick.
That's what.
Okay, again, let's give the bold prediction on this. How long do we think this one's lasting?
No more than 3 minutes.
3
That's what
minutes.
he said.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
That's including entrances.
Do you know what? If it's 3 minutes, is it literally just going to be something just like a well, he can't put him into the hurt lock and beat him that way.
He'll need to like get on a ladder or something to put him on in there.
I mean, it could be he spears him, then somehow he's almost is trying to get up. He's on his knees, and then
Count out.
Yeah.
it could be a double count out.
Oh,
A double
no.
count out at WrestleMania. Okay, how about he gets him into the lock? He doesn't let go. He falls it down and gets pinned himself.
Could be.
Oh.
Oh.
Who knows? Who knows? Right.
Well,
So
Chris Masters comes back.
who's that?
Chris Masters makes a return.
Yeah.
It's the Hurt Lock combo.
No, it's the Hurt Business is going to come back, but they're going to be on Almost's side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that brings us, last but certainly not least, Brock versus Roman. Winner takes all. WWE and Universal Championships on the line.
Biggest match in WrestleMania history.
Oh yeah.
God.
Yeah, it's never been done before, except for a few other
Absolutely.
Nice. Yeah.
Anyone particular thoughts on this?
Is there any money in the bank holders at the moment?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, that
no
would
one
be
left.
yeah.
Can I just say I hate the new Brock Lesnar?
Why?
Really?
He's gonna
It's-
hit Roman with a car door.
I just think that's so like. He used to be like such an indomitable force, just a monster. Now he's just like, hey guys, I can kind of do a promo. Aren't I funny?
Come on,
It's like, so,
Corey. They're having WrestleMania in Texas. They need Cowboy Brock.
yeah, that's what. Yeah, that's exactly what they're going for. He looks like us. I like him.
No, I like the that they just mixed it up with the Brock character.
I like it.
I think basically over the last 10 years, if you watch any Brock era segment or match, you could swap them out and you wouldn't necessarily know which year it was from. Any Paul Heyman with Brock that stood at the back,
Kind of.
I just think it gives a little bit of variety. I don't mind this.
Yeah.
Never change. That's
I'm gonna-
that's the routine.
I'm
Works for
gonna-
Terry Taylor.
If I could, if like I could book Mania, I would have done something stupendous, quote unquote, for this match. So, night one, Seth Rollins comes out, and we are waiting for Seth's opponent. It's not Cody. It's It's Shane McMahon.
It's Dean Ambrose.
No, we have Shane McMahon versus Seth Rollins, and the crowd is disappointed, but I think moments later they have the Austin segment and they're gonna pop for Austin. They're gonna forget that. Next night we have WrestleMania, but no Cody. And in this match, somehow Cody gets inserted. He wins. He wins both the titles, and I don't know. He's now the unified, universal WWE World Heavyweight Intergalactic Champion.
And everyone boos.
No, he
That's
started.
only Brandy came out, didn't it?
I mean, okay, he wins the title. This will be the first time the Universal title will be held by someone not from planet Earth. If his Stardust persona wins the title, I think it's unfair that every Universal title holder has been from Earth. Why does no other planet get to have a Universal champion?
Well, it's because Chris Statlander signed with AEW.
That's true. Yeah.
I'll have what you're having.
Yeah. No, like, okay, so I think we can kind of work with this, but I think we should go back to the WrestleMania 9, like, incident, where, like, Brett's like this, and then Hogan comes out, Mr. Fuji's just, yeah, exactly.
Jesus.
Just like, look, we've just won this, so let's obviously have another match now. So I think, basically, Roman's going to win, like, cheating, salt to the eyes. You know, Brock will be on the outside. He doesn't have Heyman there to help him anymore. Suddenly, Cody comes out. It's like, oh, my good friend Brock, you know. And he's like, get in the ring. He's looking around. Cody even has a black eye from mysterious reasons, you know.
Is there going to be an entrance for him as well?
Well, doesn't Cody, like, come up out of, like, the ground, like Gangrel?
Yeah.
He might have a new tattoo on his eye, which is why he has a black eye.
Oh, I'd love that. Oh, yeah, he just has the same Nightmare Family around the eye. Love it. Okay, so any final thoughts on... We literally just have a few minutes because we've got another show coming up, supposedly in 10 minutes, but we perhaps overrun it by a couple of minutes. But...
It's probably wrong.
So... anything for WrestleMania, anything for Supercard of Honor, the Multiverse of Madness, anything else coming up that people want to talk about in the world of wrestling? Hall of Fame, anything? Give me stuff, guys, go.
Briscoes versus FTR, finally. It's finally happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gav, you were going to say?
Steiner's getting in.
Yes, I'm so pleased about that.
I want to see that.
I think Scott, after all this though, is gonna not do anything weird. I think he's just gonna be like. I think they're gonna have spoken to him. He's gonna be. Rick's gonna be like, look, my kid's here. Just be good. I think Scott is gonna give us a little bit of Steiner math, and that's gonna be it.
Yeah, and plus because Triple H isn't well.
Yeah.
When they get there.
Although, but isn't there part of you that just hopes that he goes full Scott Steiner?
Oh, yes.
Of course.
You know, Scott Steiner, he had a health thing a year or two ago. I just hope he likes, like, Triple H, you and me. Soup, you may not be able to wrestle, but let's have a pose down. Just do it.
What are you guys' thoughts on the future of the World Championships? If they have one title, will the winner, possibly Roman, be on both shows? I can't see Brock being on both shows. Let alone this one.
They're going to create a new world title.
Yes, they are. I completely agree.
Yeah.
You know what's
Give
going to
it a
happen.
month. They'll have a
You know what's going to happen, though, really? Honestly, at WrestleMania, his contract is almost up. The re-debut of Chris Jericho to unite the titles.
Well, it could be. Or Brock will win, and then in a couple of weeks' time, he'll announce that he's only going to be on SmackDown, and then Triple H will be given another World Championship out of thin air. It's like, this is 15.
I can't wrestle anymore, so I'm retiring with it.
They could actually do that to Cody. If Cody does debut, they could have Cody get the world similar to how Triple H got the World Heavyweight Championship. They could just give the big gold belt to Cody.
Okay, do we actually think WWE are going to use Cody as anything other than a mid-carder?
For the first night, yes.
First night only.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it'll just go downhill from there.
Yeah.
Gonna be the Finn Balor of WWE.
Yeah.
Finn Balor is in WWE.
Exactly.
Okay, anything for Supercard of Honor? Anything that people are looking forward to, Supercard of Honor in particular? Obviously, FTR Briscoes finally happening. Isn't the main of... Well, it's not going to be the main event, obviously, because the World Championship has to be.
Yeah.
But I think from Tony Khan's perspective, for him, that is going to be the match that he gives the most time and books kind of as the main event.
Probably.
I think the main event is Tony Khan announcing that he will have another announcement on Dynamite.
Yeah. Well, I think probably if there's an announcement, it's going to be that Ring of Honor are getting a show.
Yeah.
Because what do Ring of Honor do after this show?
Yeah.
What does this momentum lead to?
Yeah, exactly.
They have to give us something where they're going with this.
There is something about Supercard of Honor that I wanted to discuss. It's not very very much about Super Card of Honor, but the fact that it's actually going against Rampage. And if you look at anyone that watches Rampage will say that it's the easiest wrestling show to watch. It's 1 hour, it's good wrestling, but it has a terrible time slot. Like, geez, Tony, do something about the time slot for Rampage. Why should people tune in? Like,
yeah. I think Ring of Honor, though, what the announcement will be is they're going to have a third thing on Sunday nights called AEW Extra Dark. It's all the Ring of Honor guys for half an hour on YouTube.
Yeah. But do you know what, Corey? Like, I knew when you were starting that sentence, it wasn't going to go anywhere serious. I could just tell.
AEW Light.
But like, okay, so, but just looking at the card overall, there's a fair few like AEW guys on this show.
Yeah.
Quite a few. This, I'm not gonna lie, already it feels like WWECW, where it was just like, well, here's the Sandman, but here's the Big Show, you know. And so just looking at Wheeler, Utah, well, Jay Lethal obviously is Ring of Honor, but you know, it's only because they've signed him. Apparently Chavo Guerrero. I didn't know that. Chavo Guerrero is going to be on this show.
Yeah.
Oh, is he made up with Tony Khan?
I think these deals.
Oh, well, there we go. There we go. Anything, just before we wrap things up here, any other shows people are looking forward to?
NXT Stand and Deliver.
Oh, yeah, of course, we completely
I've
skipped
been
over
watching
that.
Moon Knight a lot, David. Moon Knight, the new Marvel series.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
I really didn't...
the first episode.
like it.
I'm gonna kill you if you give me spoilers. La 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 la.
Okay. Well, there we go. Well, the next show is Geek Battle, so we'll discuss it there. So, anyway, with this, next week we'll come back, try to have like our usual like Thursday night show or whatever. We'll have more time where we'll be able to go over everything that happened at WrestleMania, everything from Supercard of Honor. Like, we haven't discussed, other than touching on a couple of things with Tony Khan or whatever, anything from Dynamite from this week or anything. So there's tons of stuff to cover. But this is April the 1st as well. So let's just get an update from the Iron Sheik before we wrap things up here. So the Iron Sheik, because he had like quite a poignant update today. Hulk Hogan, the greatest ever. So that is the update from the Iron Sheik on this April Fool's Day.
Yeah.
Right, so let's find out where we can find everyone on the social media. Starting with Corey, where can the people find you?
Look, I'm at Corey Birch everywhere, but also, David, I swear to God, if you don't get the Shakaroni pizza back in Canada, I know you have the power to do
I
it.
do. My trainers have got Shaq on it, so that's a start.
Okay. There you are.
There's me.
Okay, that's it.
Okay, Sid, where can the people find you?
Facebook or Instagram.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And if they just go onto facebook.com, they'll find you there.
They can try.
Okay. Andrew, where can the people find you?
You can find me here for the rest of tonight.
Fantastic. Gav, where can the people find you?
You'll find me here next week. Check out Wrestlemania.
Woo! Okay,
Nice show, bud.
adrenaline in my soul. TJ, Twishishish, where can
You
the
can
people find
find
you?
cheering for Cody Rhodes in every corner of the earth, because Cody is the greatest thing that has happened to reality, to our universe.
Really?
Come on.
Yeah. So, my name is David Postansky. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at David Postansky. And with this, enjoy WrestleMania, enjoy the Supercard of Honor, enjoy Rampage, and till next time, stay safe, always stay extremed, and ciao for now. Boom. And we're off the air.